So let me teach you of some few simple tools which hopefully would be useful as you go on. The first one is called the mental habits for success. Comes from the foundations of NLP. And the first habit out of the three is act the way you want to feel. Generally, people act the way they feel. Okay? If someone feels angry, they would act angry. You feel sad, you start crying. You feel happy, you start laughing. So, when I say generally, this is about 95% of the people would act the way they feel. Agreed? Okay. Now, NLP discovered that people who are more successful and who has achieved a higher level of success did it the other way around. They acted the way they wanted to feel rather than acting the way they felt. And let me just give you a little example, a little demonstration which can show you how it works. So may I ask all of you for a moment in time just to move forward in your chair, change your physiology and move forward, sit and lean forward and bring your hand up to your head and just rub your forehead while biting your lips and tensing your face. And as you do that, I want you to feel what you feel right now. Okay, that's fine. You can go back to your original position before you have different reactions. May I ask you, what did you feel as you did it? Tensed? Stressed? Sorry? Grumpy, yeah, grumpy. What else? Relaxed as well, great. And that's good, that's very important. Some would say, no, this should make you feel depressed. Not really. For some people, that's relaxed. Some people felt funny doing that. Okay? That's what it is, because each and every one of you is unique. NLP is not about telling, okay, this is what you should do to feel good. No. It is about what do you feel when you do certain things. In fact, if you study some of the creative artists, for example, Walt Disney, if you just study his modes and physiology, when he wanted to be creative, you would see himself looking upright and having his hand in a particular way. And people always catch him doing that. And later on, other artists who wanted to be creators started doing that and felt that that activates something within you which makes you feel more creative. So acting the way you want to feel is about changing your physiology to a mode which will create an impact that you want created. Let me take a different physiology. You did this little while ago. Let's do something different. Please bring your hands out like this, please. And look at everyone in the room. Smile at everyone. And give everyone a flying kiss. Now, how do you feel doing that? Felt better, felt grumpy as well? Okay. Okay. So what happened here is within 10 seconds you went from sad to happy, and to do that you only had to change your physiology. Okay. So that shows that if you want to feel confident, if you want to feel successful, it's about bringing your shoulders back, head up and walking like a winner, not like a whiner. Okay. Not like walking like that. How are you? Not bad. Okay. Now, it's about deciding and choosing. Again, as some of you have quite rightly said, the mode and the physiology will depend on yourself. So the first simple tool from NLP is that you can choose your emotions. You don't have to tell, okay, I got upset because someone else said this to me. Or I felt terrible because the recession is on, or I felt terrible because the traffic is bad. It's about choosing your emotion, and one way you do it is by choosing your physiology. Okay? The second one is called the pink elephant. Now, if I tell you right now, think of anything, but please don't think of a pink elephant. Think of anything in this world, but please don't think of a pink elephant. That's the only thing I request you to do. Don't think of a pink elephant, think of anything else. What do you think about? Of course, a pink elephant. Because the brain does not understand the word don't. So if I say, don't think of the color blue, that's exactly what he'll notice. And similarly, if I say, don't come late, and that might be the date that you might forget something, have to go back to get it, and then you get late. Because you keep putting pressure on yourself by using the word don't. Okay? So therefore, one of the tools in NLP is, how do we change our language we speak to ourselves and others so that we drop the word don't out of our vocabulary? So instead of saying don't get late, what would I say? Come early. Don't forget to bring that book. Remember to bring the book. Don't make that customer angry. Keep the customer happy. And sometimes unknowingly, we keep using the word don't over and over again. And what it does to our brain is it creates dendrites. You know about the neural pathways which connects the brain cells. Just imagine a lawn, a piece of grass, and you walk from one corner to the other every day. Day one, when you walk from one corner to the other on the grass, do you keep a footprint on it? No. Day two, maybe you're starting to do it. And if you keep doing that every day, for 21 days, you will have a pathway created on that lawn. And on the 22nd day, which path might you take? You might go on the same path. So when you keep using the word don't and don't and don't all the time, we create that pathway and then we keep walking on it all the time. But this also says the good news is that if you keep dropping the don't of your vocabulary and keep using the more positive words, you will create new pathways and new dendrites. And generally it is known that if you do something for 21 days non-stop, you create a new habit. So creating that DNA, unleashing the DNA, creating those positive habits takes 21 days of doing it, and that's so important. The third one is questions are the answers. You ask yourself the wrong questions. If you go and ask yourself, why am I not successful? And you'll get loads of answers. Or because I was, had a poor education, I had bad parenting, and I had terrible friends. You have loads of things which you might hear which may not necessarily help you to become successful. So instead of asking yourself, why am I not successful, what do you think would be a better question to ask yourself? How can I be more successful? What do I do? What steps do I take in order to be more successful? So the third one, which is so important, is asking yourself the right questions. Let me share with you a story which brings this thing out very loudly. Suichiro Honda was, when he was a teenager, this is the creator of the Honda Motor Corporation. When Honda was a teenager, was a young man, he was working for Toyota. Now this young man had a big dream, and his dream was to build his own car one day. And he had the right questions all the time. He asked himself, do I want to build my own car? What was the answer? Yes. He didn't say yes. He said yes. Do I want to build my own car? Yes. Can I build my own car? Yes. And the more he asked that question, the more empowered he became, and the more passionate he became about building his own car. And one of his friends said, didn't you hear that there is a program at Toyota that if you develop your own prototype, they would build it for you, put your name on it, and share some of the profits? He said, really? I didn't know that. He checked it out from the manager at Toyota who confirmed it, and thereafter he went about making his car. As he was going on, he asked himself the question, how do I get the money to build the car? Now he didn't have the money to do it. But he realized that his biggest expenditure was on his house rent. He decides to give up his house, sleep on a workbench at Toyota, and he did this for 2 years as he built his prototype. After 2 years, when he showed it to the manager, it was completely rejected. He was said, this is wrong, and this is wrong. And he said, thank you very much, because he realized that